Alright, so I bought a new drone. This is Flywoo Flytimes 85. It's very similar to the Flylens 85. This was a 03 air unit that I had on there, and I really like this drone. It's a lot of fun to fly. But this Flytimes 85 is pretty much the same thing. It doesn't have the prop guards. It's got these little thin prop guards, these 3D printed prop guards, and they help a little bit. It's definitely more aerodynamic. It does freestyle easier, or you should say it's more freestyly than the Flylens 85 because it doesn't have the big guards on them. I have the DJI 04 Air Unit Pro. I wanted to get an 04 Air Unit. I wasn't sure what I wanted to put it on. I wasn't sure if it'd be any good putting an 04 Air Unit on the Flylens 85, but I like the weight on this with the naked 03, but with this one with the 04 Air Unit on it, since it's a little heavier than the naked 03, I felt like going with the Flytimes 85 would make it about the same weight, so they should be pretty close in weight. But this one's going to fly a little better. It's going to be more freestyly, right? It's not like a 5-inch drone, so it's not going to do freestyle like a 5-inch, but what's some pros to it? It flies good, it's light, it has the 04 on it, the 04 Pro, which really good video quality. Even in low light, it's pretty good. What's some downsides to this Flytimes 85? Well, it just doesn't have the prop guards. It's got these aluminum arms to mount the 3D printed prop guards. They have different colors you can get, but it's crashed fairly well. I've crashed it several times. I'll show you that. And it's still going pretty good. I didn't really bend up the arms or anything. So far, so good. I do nick up the props a lot faster with this one. You see there's some pretty good chunks out of that one. Alright, but I have ELRS on here. I put the antennas, this came with antennas. They're a little short, so they don't stick up real high, so I'm probably going to switch that out for the longer DJI antennas. Not the big round ones, but the just longer ones that look like this from Flywoo. I really like it. It flies pretty good. It's definitely more acrobatic than the Flylens 85, but it's still not a 5-inch. I'm getting better. It allows me to get better at it, but I did put 2 pads on the bottom here just to give it more clearance on the props, but it's minimal weight and I don't know how much it helps, but I feel like it helps me a little bit. But the 04 Pro right here, it's got an SD card. It's not a problem to get to. Just push it in, pops right out, which is really nice to have. It doesn't have so much internal storage, it just has the big card, which I don't know, it's kind of cool. I guess the internal storage is nice, but it's usually not enough because if you don't clear it, then you're missing stuff. But with the big cards, you can just do whatever you want. But there's one thing that I like on here. I forget what it's called, BAC, I think. But basically, this has got a new board, and it does fly a little better. I think it's a little smoother. It's pretty nice. But my favorite thing about this new board is, like, you can run the voltage down to, like, 330 and you still don't lose the video feed. The older version of this, it will, like, when you charge the battery up, it's not really depleting the battery all the way because the voltage gets low and then it loses the video feed. So you have to land like a lot faster. With this one, it allows a steady voltage to the camera, so you can run it super low and you won't lose video feed. I like it because I can do longer flights and use more of the battery without destroying the battery. You know, the other ones you go to charge them up and it's like 3.7. You don't really get that much voltage out of the other one, but this is way better. You can still get a video feed and land, and it's great with low voltage. Super cool. It's one of my favorite things about it. Let's get into the camera. DJI 04, great quality. It's giving me good low light. It does have the shock absorber, just like the old ones. It's a little different because it's an 04. As you see, it's a little wider. There's one here. There's 2 here and then 2 here, shock absorbers. So I don't get no jello. It's really good. You have this protective piece on here that'll just slip on, protect the screen. I really like it. Works great. I like to run it, protect my lens. This is the Flywoo Flytimes neutral density filters, and you can see they're really narrow and they just fit right in and pop on. Let's see if I can demonstrate that. Just snaps on like that, and then this fits right over it. Alright, so you can run both. You can run a neutral density filter and you can have the camera guard. That's 3D printed from Flywoo and it works pretty good. I like it. But they got this little tab on them and they fit right in there. They're pretty nice. These are $10. I had some other ones. They didn't work as great, and this wouldn't fit over them. And then the first time I crashed, like, it busted it. I'll show you a picture of that. But I like the way it flies. I like the video footage. I'm pretty happy with it. And I like running a neutral density filter. Like, if I do the 180 rule at my shutter speed, I'm running like, I want to do 24 frames per second. But on the DJI 04 Pro, it gives you 48 instead of 24. So I'm running 48. When I put a neutral density 16 on there, it's properly exposed. I feel like if I go 32 or 64, it's underexposed for my shutter speed that I want to use for my 24 frames per second. So it looks good. It gives me that blurry motion stuff, and I like it. Okay, we got it on grams, got it zeroed out. Let's weigh this one. 79.5. And then this is the 03 Fly Lens 85, and it is 80.5 grams. So there's 1 gram difference between these. The naked 03 is lighter than the 04 Pro, but the Flytimes 85 frame is lighter than the Fly Lens 85. So we're 1 gram difference. Pretty close. That's what I wanted. I figured it would be close to flying the same because it's about the same weight, but this is a little more acrobatic-y flying. Does a little more. I mean, it's just easier to do the acrobatic stuff than this one, just because these prop guards, cause more drag. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Now let's get into how it flies. It flies pretty good. It's faster. It's definitely faster. I feel like it'll cut the wind better than the Fly Lens 85. Definitely faster, does more loops, does tighter loops, just more acrobatic-y all around. I know I keep saying that, and it's still not like a 5-inch, right? But for a 2S micro drone, it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. It does hold up well. I have crashed it multiple times and it's holding up well so far. But I am shredding my props, like I said before. I like the way it flies. These prop guards, if you hit anything with it, you're pretty much crashing. Because it just doesn't just bounce off and handle it real well. You can't hit it real good, real hard. I think it handles the wind fairly well. It can fly nice and slow. You can fly it pretty fast. It dives pretty well. The Flytimes 85 just flies a little better, but it's just more exposed. It's really good flying 2S drone, super light, and it's pretty cool. I like it. I probably like flying it because it's allowing me to get into more freestyle type flying. And when I say freestyle, I'm just doing power loops, some S-turns, some dives, because I want to be more cinematic with some freestyle, right? I'm not looking to do upside down flying and backwards flying and any of that type of stuff, just loops and dives and, more cinematic. A higher percentage on cinematic and a little lower percentage on just tricks and freestyle. But I enjoy it. I'm still finding my style, what I kind of want. But yeah, like I'm learning and it makes it easier to learn those moves. I still crash a lot, but it makes it easier to learn those freestyle moves than on this one. But this one's going to last longer and hold up better. But this Flytimes 85, it's just faster. It's not a whole lot faster, but it's definitely faster, and I get myself into trouble more because it is faster. I'm just find myself being more and more aggressive because it just flies and handles it better. I don't get any jello, no shake. I'm just enjoying it. The only thing is prop guards. I'm tearing up my props because I'm not that great at landing. I can land fairly decent, and you hit a tree branch with this and it's taking it down. Flywoo Flytimes 85 with the DJI 04 Pro. Really digging it. Does really good in low light. Does fairly good in low light for an action camera. I mean, action camera type stuff, right? I'm flying this more than the 03 because I like the N3 goggles. I just like the N3 goggles. They're bigger. The way they fit me, I can wear my glasses. The whole screen is good, visible and not blurry. I like these, and that's why I wanted the 04. I was debating between the 04 Pro and the 04 Lite, and because the 04 just doesn't have as wide a view as the 04 Pro. 03 is 155 degrees and the 04 Pro is 155 degrees, but the 04 Lite is like 117 degrees, and that kind of sucks. I have the 04 Lite on the DJI Neo, And I don't mind it. I like the Neo and the video quality is fairly decent. I just don't like the 117 degrees instead of 155 kind of stinks. I prefer a wider view just because when you're turning and doing stuff, it's just better. That's what steered me away from the 04. I didn't want to pay top quality, but I like it. I enjoy having it. I'm afraid of losing it, so I'm not doing too crazy of stuff. I am more aggressive flying, but I'm not going places where I could lose it and not retrieve it. One, because I wanted to make the video, but two, just because I like the quality. It's better quality. I like Flywoo products, and I like both of these, the 03, 04. I just need the 03 to be able to use my N3 goggles. I'm still not able to do that, and that's kind of a bummer. I like the way it flies. I mean, they both fly good, but I can learn some of those. I'm learning some of those tricks faster, I think, with this. But I'm also crashing more because I'm more aggressive. Anybody else out there flying Flytimes 85? Comment down below. I think some people are, and they're asking if I bent my aluminum arms yet. No, I haven't bent them yet, but we'll see what happens. But hope you liked the video. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you guys later.